So, my friend, the movie starts in Canada. We find out that 15 years ago, a virus wiped out 98% of all animal life on Earth. That led to a massive global famine. People everywhere were starving. Then things got even worse. A civil war broke out between humans because the global food chain had completely collapsed. At this point, the most valuable thing on Earth is farmland. Yeah, things really went downhill fast. Countries started fighting over food. And unfortunately, hunger did what bullets couldn't. It wiped out a huge number of people. The few who survived are doing everything they can just to stay alive. There's no meat at all anymore. Animals are gone. Like I said, farmland is the most precious thing now. The lucky ones, the ones who managed to survive, found land they could actually farm. They settled there and built their lives around planting, harvesting, eating, and drinking, just the basics. Most importantly, they had to protect themselves. See, some people couldn't handle the hunger and turned into cannibals. With no meat left, they started hunting other humans. Yeah, it's that bad. Now we see a group of raiders trying to attack a farm. Their leader and a bunch of his guys show up outside the house, yelling out to whoever lives there, asking if they've got any food. Meanwhile, the rest of the gang spreads out around the property, ready to take it by force. But the farm's owners don't waste any time. They open fire right away, taking down the attackers one by one until there's no one left standing. Then we meet Danielle, the one who owns the farm. It's 40 acres, by the way. And Danielle doesn't mess around when it comes to protecting her land. Turns out, she used to be a soldier. She's married to a guy named Galen. But before she met him, she had a son named Manny. Galen also had a daughter from a previous marriage. Her name's Ryan. Now Manny and Ryan are teenagers. Together, Danielle and Galen also had 2 daughters, Denise and her younger sister, Cookie. So yeah, the whole family lives on the farm, trying to survive in this messed up world. It's a tough life, but they're managing. Danielle constantly reminds her kids that she inherited this farm from her dad, who got it from his father. So this land is a big deal for them, and they'll do whatever it takes to protect it. Because of all the danger around them, Danielle taught all her kids how to shoot and fight. And clearly, it worked, just like we saw when they took out that gang at the beginning. But here's the thing, Danielle believes in tough love. She's really strict with her kids, especially with Manny, since he's the oldest and supposed to be the most responsible. But Manny's a teenager. His mind's all over the place, and he's not always focused on the farm. That doesn't mean he's weak, though. He's actually a great fighter because his mom trained him well. The problem is, Manny's got dreams. He wants to leave the farm and see the outside world. He's not a fan of the strict rules and the walls, and guards his mom put up to keep them safe. He's tired of living under constant control. Manny's really starting to lose it. He feels like he's going crazy in this place. It's like, this isn't how people are supposed to live. One time, he even asked his mom, "How are we supposed to live like this, with no one around us?" She told him he should just be thankful he's still alive, because people around them are dying every single day, one after the other, mostly because of the cannibals that have spread everywhere. To clear his head, Manny sneaks out past the walls without anyone noticing and heads to the nearby lake. So, we'll leave him to enjoy some peace for now, and shift to Danielle. Right now, Danielle is talking on the radio with her friend Augusta. She's got a farm just like Danielle's. They talk every day to vent a little, keep each other company, and share whatever updates they hear about the world around them. During one of their talks, Danielle finds out that the Fleming family, another farm family, was recently attacked by a group of cannibals. The scary thing is, their numbers are growing slowly, and the government isn't doing a thing about it. It's basically a lawless world at this point. Augusta asks Danielle to try to hunt these people down and get rid of them. But Danielle refuses. She's not about to step in and do the government's job when they've done absolutely nothing for anyone. It's their responsibility, and they've abandoned it. But Augusta eventually convinces her. There's really no one else out there who can stand up to these people. Only Danielle and her family are trained and ready for something like this. So Danielle agrees. She sends her husband and the kids, Manny and Denise, on patrol missions around the area. One day, they check out an old warehouse and find several bodies hanging there. Suddenly, a group of people shows up, dressed like soldiers. They tell them they just arrived at the scene and found the victims like that. But Galen, Danielle's husband, doesn't buy it. He starts to suspect these guys might actually be cannibals pretending to be soldiers. So he asks them if they passed by the Fleming family's place. He'd heard they were attacked recently. One of the soldiers says, "Yeah, we were just there. They're totally fine." That's all Galen needs to hear. He and the kids open fire on them immediately. Because now, it's clear, they're lying. The Fleming family died days ago, and these guys just gave themselves away. Unfortunately, during the shootout, Denise gets hit by a bullet. They rush her back home to treat her. After that whole incident, Manny's totally fed up. As usual, he goes down to the lake to cool off and swim. While he's there, he spots a girl, around his age, swimming in the lake too. He quickly hides and watches her from a distance, clearly intrigued. He's drawn to her from the moment he sees her. He keeps thinking about her, distracted all the time, until one day, his mom walks into his room. She tells him she's worried. She doesn't want their family to end up like the Flemings. So, she gathers all the kids and tells them they need to stay on high alert at all times. From now on, patrols around the farm will double. Everyone will have a specific role to help keep the place safe. They all follow her orders to the letter. Later that night, we see Manny on guard duty, patrolling the farm. Suddenly, he spots the same girl he saw at the lake. This time, she's standing right by the fence, asking for help. Manny panics. He's terrified his mom will see her and won't hesitate to take her out. So, he rushes over, grabs her quickly, and hides her inside the barn. Manny ties the girl up. He's still not sure who she is, what she wants, or even if she's actually human. But after a bit of talking, he realizes she's not a threat at all. In fact, he learns her name is Dawn. And get this, she's Augusta's niece. Yep, the same Augusta who's Danielle's friend. Small world, huh? Then Manny finds out that the cannibals attacked Dawn's family. They kidnapped them, and she only barely managed to escape. Before she ran, her aunt told her to go find Danielle, because if anyone could help, it would be her. So Manny starts to trust her. They begin to relax around each other, singing, dancing a little, just enjoying the moment. But of course, it doesn't last. Danielle and Galen show up and ruin the whole vibe. Danielle doesn't even hesitate. She punches Dawn the second she sees her, drags her outside the barn, and locks the door behind her so Manny can't follow. She tells him, "We'll deal with you later." Outside, she pulls a gun on Dawn, demanding the truth. Scared, Dawn explains that she's Augusta's niece. She says the cannibals ambushed her family and took them. And the second Danielle hears Augusta's name, she believes her. That's when we get a quick flashback showing how Danielle and Augusta first became friends. They met by chance one day on the road. Danielle's car had broken down, and Augusta stopped to help her. Later, we see how their bond grew, especially after the cannibals attacked Danielle's family. They killed almost everyone. Back then, Manny was still just a little kid. Danielle was terrified for him, but thank God, she found him alive in the middle of the massacre. Since then, Danielle and Augusta have looked out for each other. Danielle would send produce from her farm to Augusta and a few other survivors. That's probably why they built that supply warehouse we saw earlier in the movie. Back to the present, Danielle's family decides to go rescue Augusta's people. Manny and Dawn head out one way, while Danielle takes another route. Galen, Ryan, and Cookie stay behind to guard the farm in case of an attack. But it turns out, they've all walked into a trap. Danielle gets captured while searching for clues at Augusta's house. She's thrown into a cell, right there with Augusta. Augusta apologizes for dragging her into this mess. Sadly, the cannibals come in, and right in front of Danielle, they kill Augusta. Then their leader steps forward and tells Danielle he's taking her entire farm, all 40 acres. He says it's the most productive farm in the region, and now it's his. Meanwhile, Dawn leads Manny away, saying she wants to spend more time with him. She brings him to an abandoned bus, where she's been hiding a group of kids, survivors from her family. That's when she finally tells him the truth. She confesses that the cannibals actually sent her. Her job was to split up Danielle's family and weaken them, making it easier to take over the farm. That's how these people operate. They use spies and fake stories to hunt and wipe out the families living on farms nearby. Now it's Dawn's turn to explain everything to Manny. She tells him she didn't have a choice. Her whole family's been kidnapped by the cannibals, and taking him away was the only way she could try to save them. Meanwhile, back at the farm, the cannibals ambush Galen while he's out by the chicken coop. They try to pin him to the ground with huge metal spikes and start eating him alive. But Galen fights back, and somehow, he manages to take them all down. After that, he radios Ryan to check if she and the others are okay. But when no one answers, he panics and rushes back toward the house. At that same moment, Ryan is holding a rifle, fighting off the rest of the cannibals who are closing in on the house. But there are way too many of them. She can't hold them off forever. Galen finally gets through to her and tells her to take Cookie to the safe room. Denise, who's still weak from the gunshot wound, hides in the closet. Galen makes it to the safe room just in time and tells Ryan to seal the place. The moment she locks it, metal shutters slam down on all the windows and doors, and the power shuts off completely. The cannibals inside the house are suddenly in total darkness. They can't see anything. That's when Galen starts picking them off one by one. But after the fight, he collapses too. he's badly wounded. At the same time, Danielle manages to free herself from her captors. She kills the guy who kidnapped her, who is actually the cannibals' leader, just as Manny shows up to rescue her. Then Manny, Dawn, and the other kids they saved all head back to the farm. Back at the house, Ryan and her sisters are being held hostage by two of the cannibals. Galen is hiding, waiting for the right moment to save them. One of the attackers grabs Denise and threatens to kill her with a knife, then demands Ryan tell him where they keep all the food. His partner, meanwhile, gets distracted by the storage room. It's filled with weapons and spices, of all things. Stuff she thought had gone extinct. As she starts breaking the lock, Denise uses the chaos to stab the man holding her. Ryan quickly finishes him off with a bullet. And just then, Galen pops out and shoots the woman too, though he takes a bullet in the process. Meanwhile, Manny and Danielle are still inside the house, clearing it room by room. Suddenly, more of the cannibal gang storms in and opens fire. Danielle and Manny shoot back, but she ends up cornered by three of them. She manages to kill two, but the third one is strong. He beats her down and is just about to finish her off when Manny shows up at the last second and shoots him dead. Dawn rushes to help Galen and patches up his wounds. In the end, we see them all gathered around the dinner table. Danielle is still recovering from her injuries, but something's changed in her. After helping Augusta's family, she welcomed them in, and now the table is full. They're still living in a broken, brutal world where food is rare, meat is gone, and survival is hard. But now, at least, they're not alone.